Hi everyone, welcome to stampinggala.com. I'm Julie Gilson and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today's project is this really cute treat holder that actually holds these little straws that you can turn regular milk into strawberry milk. This was part of my Facebook Live presentation 2 weeks ago, and along with this I created another treat holder and a greeting card, a fun fold greeting card. But today we're going to focus on this project here, and the other two projects have separate videos on YouTube. So to get started, I have a piece of smoky slate, which is 3.5 by 8.5. I scored it at 8. I turned it on its side and scored it at 1/2 inch, 1.5, 2, and 3. So what we're going to do first, before we fold on any of the score lines, we're going to do some stamping. The stamp sets I'm using are Over the Moon, and also I'm using Love What You Do, and I'm using these two little stamps here for the spots on the cow. Okay, so I'm going to use, let me see, my Smoky Slate ink pad. So I'm just going to stamp randomly. And then I'm going to switch and use the smaller one as well. Okay, so now I'll use a small spot. And you do have to be careful since we're stamping so much not to, I made a boo-boo there, but it won't matter because that part won't be seen. I think that's enough. Okay, so now we'll do some, we'll fold on the score lines. This project was a really big hit on my Facebook Live presentation, and people went nuts for it. So I wanted to make some, record some clean versions of it. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so we're cutting up on the score lines. Okay, and we're also going to create a little V out of the smaller tabs so it comes together pretty nicely. And then what I'm going to do is actually cut this one out, just like that. Okay, so your cardstock is going to look like that. Now we're going to add some tear and tape there. Make sure it's on the long, skinny portion. And we're just going to tear that off. All right, so if you fold this down like this, this can fold right over and it'll be right where it needs to be. Just like that. So this is the seam, so that's going to be the back. We're going to fold in the sides first, the backs next, and then finally the front will be last to go towards the back. So we're going to add just a little bit more of tear and tape. I need to trim this off. I'm just going to cut a little piece off of here and put that there, and that'll work. Since it's such a small little area, sometimes it's easier. Okay, so now we're just going to fold that down just like that. Okay, so there is essentially the box. Okay, so now we're going to do some stamping. Let me do the tag first. So we're going to bring back in those spots. Okay, and then this one, the smaller one. Okay, so that's done, and we'll just flag the ends on that. We're going to take this little strip and stamp the sentiment. All right, so we have that done. Now we're going to take this and stamp the cow. I'm going to turn that over. I didn't... Oh, you know, I'm supposed to use the memento. That's why. Yeah, that's more like it. And then we're going to stamp the face of the cow. It doesn't matter if we get the whole body because we're going to be cutting that out. Okay. So let's do some coloring. And we're using our Stampin' Blends markers. Now on the bottom one, we don't, on the full size one, we don't have to color the face because it's going to be covered up. Now this is Smoky Slate, and these are our Stampin' Blend markers. And they're alcohol-based markers, so they dry really quickly. And that is why they blend really nicely. Okay, so now I'm going to grab the Flirty Flamingo for the pink. Oh, I don't need to do that one. Okay. So this one, we're just going to cut the face out. We're going to fussy cut the face. And this is actually going to go up on dimensionals, right over top of the main one. Now, if you notice, as I'm cutting this, I am turning the paper instead of the scissors. It just works out so much nicer. And also, when you're fussy cutting, you never want to go exactly on the line. You want to stay about 1/16 of an inch away from the original line. If you get too close and try to get right up on the line, it shows all the imperfections. Okay, so that one's done. And now I'm going to bring in this die, and we're going to trim this right out with the Big Shot. So I'm going to bring this back in. This is actually my 6th video today that I shot. Okay, so I'll move this back out of the way, and of course that. Now always flip it over first to make sure you did indeed get the whole thing cut out. Otherwise it can be a pain if it's not and you got to start all over. Okay, so we're going to pop this up on dimensionals, and I'm going to put 3 of them on here just to make sure it doesn't lift in any one area because of how we're adding this face on top of another one. Okay, so now just be very careful and just line it up exactly. And there you go. Okay, so now I have a couple other pieces here. I have a circle that's 2.5, a 2.5 inch circle. We're just going to snail these 2 together. And while I'm at it, I want to see if I have my Wink Stella. And I'm just going to give it some shimmer. Anywhere where I use the marker. And you don't have to be really careful. Just gives it a nice shimmer. Okay, so now we're going to add dimensionals to this as well. I'm going to cut these apart. Oops. And then center this right over top of the powdered pink layering circle die. Okay, so now I'm going to bring these little strips in. Okay, and I do have my triple banner punch. I'm going to lay this in here and punch that out. This one as well. And finally, this little baby one. So all the banners are punched out. And now what I'm going to do is just connect these together. So I want them a little bit off. I don't want them directly on top of each other. So I'm going to place this one about right here. And then this one, I think I'll have going this way. Okay, so now if I bring back in my little treat holder and place this on here, and what you can do is just take your bone folder and kind of just make them curl up a little bit just for some interest. I think it looks so cute. Okay, so then we're going to add some snail here, right down the middle. Make sure we have it going the right direction. Just like that. Okay, a couple more dimensionals. And this time I'm putting them right on our little treat holder here. So then I don't have to worry about lining everything up just right. Wherever I want to stick this, it'll be good. All right, so one last thing, I'm going to grab my ribbon and make a bow. So we're going to wrap this around my fingers. And make a bow. All right, I'm going to trim this off. Now, if you like these videos, please click like. And also, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. And also click on the bell next to the subscribe button. that'll give you an email every time I upload a new video. So this is going to go right there. So here are your projects today. And just a reminder, if you go to my blog at stampinggala.com, I have the coordinating projects as well. And these also have videos. And I have a link at the bottom of this video that will bring you to this post. And it has the dimensions for all of these 3 projects. All you have to do is click on the link that says Project Sheets, and you can either download this or print it for your own convenience. So with that, I want to thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.